February 20th, 2012. Let's take a look at the weather forecast. Here, let's take a look at the midsection of the country. This is where we're getting wound up with the system. We have winter storm warnings across Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri. This is going to continue to move east and northeast as it approaches the Great Lakes this weekend and drags warm air and a warm front across the northeast. And out west, we have the next system rolling in here. This is where we're going to see some precipitation. I'm going to get right into that. We have lake effect snow warnings and lake effect snow advisories across northwestern Pennsylvania from Warren, Bradford, over to Erie, and just east of Cleveland for an additional 2 to 6 inches of accumulation. Here off the east end of Lake Ontario, that's where we have a winter storm warning, northern Oswego County, southern Lewis County, and Jefferson counties for an additional 3 to 6 inches of snow. So, temperatures across the nation are very cold here across the midsection where we're getting that possible blizzard here from Kansas City, Wichita, Omaha City over to Sioux City. This is where we're going to see some extreme amounts of snow during the next 24 to 36 hours. So let's get right into the precipitation amounts. Precipitation amounts, as you can see, are going to be very prevalent across the southeastern United States. We're going to get into some big snow, rainfall totals here on the order of 3 to 6 inches, likely, across central Georgia, extending down towards Louisiana. This is a cause for concern because we've seen flooding in recent weeks. This 1 to 2 inches across Kansas and Missouri, that's going to be mainly with the snowfall, and that's where we're going to see the 1 to 2 feet of snow likely. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we're going to get into 2 inches just west of Seattle, down to Portland, and then across the northeast here, this is where the bullseye, right off the Cape Cod coast, that's where we're going to see in addition to 3 inches possible. And I'm going to really get into on this because this is cause for concern. That's a secondary development low pressure late Sunday, early Monday across New England. And that could really spawn a massive amount of snow for portions of New England. So let's get right into that. We have the scenario here across the Midland. We're going to start with the first part of this scenario, which is heading on into the late part of this week into early part of next week. The late part of this week, let's get this done. We got this low wrapping up across the north, spreading severe weather across Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, over to Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee. This is areas where we could get into severe weather in addition to flooding all the way to Georgia. And we're going to continue to watch this because systems will continue, mesoscale systems to form, and showers and thunderstorms could be very severe. So across this area, across the heartland of the country, that's where we're going to see the 1 to 2 feet. North of Wichita, west of Kansas City, about where Omaha is, southwest of Sioux City, over to Nebraska, central Nebraska, just east of Denver. That is where we're going to get into some of the healthiest snow and the heaviest snow, for that matter. Snow will extend all the way up towards Green Bay, but here in southern Canada, that's where the snow will regenerize across Ontario and southern Alberta, but it will stay south of Fargo for the most part. So we're keeping the snow south of there, and that snow will spread north into New England and the central portions of New England. But here's the thing: mostly a rain event across much of the Mid-Atlantic. It could go either way in portions of the Appalachians with some ice mixing in. But here's where things really get interesting. Let's take the Sunday scenario. We have this low pressure moving up to the north, then it spawns a secondary low pressure, and all the models are pretty much agreeing on this at this point, spawning a secondary low pressure, moving up, developing just really quickly near just east of Delmarva and moving up quickly towards just east of Boston and Cape Cod. That would spread a stripe of very healthy snow totals, possibly in excess of 6 to 12 inches across southern and southeastern New England. So we're going to continue to watch that. That would be for the Monday time frame. So we're going to continue to watch that because here's the thing: that storm really winds up east of New England here, and if it winds up quicker, that could mean more snow for portions of New England and Long Island. So let's take a look at temperatures. Temperatures across the region, across the United States, will reinforcing shots of cold air, and out west here things remain very temperate with that system that's moving in, even though we'll have lowering snow levels, and in addition to the southwest, Arizona and New Mexico are seeing lowering snow levels, but California's clearing out fairly nicely, and so is southern Oregon. So we have this system across the east, and that's where the temperatures will play a part in the precipitation role. So that is where we're having the reinforcing shots of these colder temperatures, And we'll continue to watch this because as these temperatures move, we'll see a warm southerly return across the Mississippi River Valley, 60s and 70s bringing up, and just west of the Appalachians. But it really depends on how much of that warm air makes it east of the Appalachians to change the ice or the snow over to rainfall. And we're seeing much of the Mid-Atlantic stay rain during this system, but it's when we get that secondary low development across south of New England here, that's where we'll change over to snow rather rapidly across eastern upstate New York, Long Island, and New England. So New England is the place to watch during the end of the weekend, beginning of next week. We're going to continue to watch that. I'm meteorologist Mark Molnar. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to us on YouTube. Here is a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira and the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania.